Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to Hard Officers. I'm Kyle.
I'm Zach.
And today we're going to Machida. Machida is on the far west side of Tokyo.
It's on our map here, almost entirely off the paper.
Machida has a huge book off. So we're going to go check it out and see what they have.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Outside the Odakyu station,
Yes.
this big camera changed the elevators to look like train doors.
Yeah.
Kind of neat.
Pretty cool, actually.
Machida is kind of my Japanese hometown. It's where my wife's family is from. It's where my wife grew up. And it's the first city that I ever lived in Japan when we first moved here.
It's got a lot of cool stuff, like this place we're about to walk into.
It's, what would you call it, a yokocho?
Or a shotengai, one of the two.
It's a little back alley covered shopping/eating/bar area.
That's taiyaki. That's some real good fish with, or not fish, it's not actually fish. It's shaped like a fish.
It's super good. That one is custard and whipped cream.
Yeah, pretty nifty stuff. I love this area because it's just like super old school, like Showa era stuff. Except these hamburgers. Hamburgers are not Showa era Japan, but still
Those burgers are
pretty
good
cool.
though.
I've never had one. I want to eat one. I've never had a hamburger.
Oh, you should try them, man. They're great.
Yeah, this place on the right is apparently Thai food. That's sweet.
Yep. I think I've eaten at most of these places through the years, and they're all solid.
How long did you live here for?
I lived in Machida for about 6 months, but
Ooh.
we visit there multiple times a month because my wife's family lives there.
It's pretty cool. I love it there. There's a lot of good like ramen places, and as you'll see in just a little bit, the book off here is incredible.
Yeah, it's one of the, I would say, the best book off in Tokyo. I don't know if any book off will ever beat it.
Yep. Speaking of, there it is. Ooh.
Look how big it is.
Yeah, that's all book off.
off.
Yeah. Sweet.
And none of it is like clothes or anything. It's all electronics, books, media, that kind of stuff.
It's
and then
pretty-
there's another book off down the street that has like clothes, and it's also like 3 stories.
Yeah, it's pretty unusual to run into a book off that's this big that doesn't have like thrift store, like pawn shop kind of stuff in it. So
Yeah.
pretty cool. Oh, this is nifty.
All media, all the
In-
good stuff.
In Japan, they don't let you bring well, I mean, you can. They won't like, kick you or like, push you out of the store violently or anything, but they expect you politely to put your umbrella in a bag so you don't drip rainwater all over the floor. So, hooray, Japan.
Starting off with this little case of Switch consoles and, consoles in general, modern consoles. PS4s, PS4 Pros.
Headphones, it's a good game console.
I always check this area because occasionally they'll have Game Boys and Game Boy Advance SPs, and they always have just tons of PSPs.
And PSP, one thing I found recently, kind of unrelated, maybe related a little bit in a minute if they pop up in one of the cases, but I've been really wanting a Vita. Vitas actually are pretty sweet, apparently.
Yeah.
So, PS3s? These systems are interesting because they're like, I feel like this is like the discount systems rack, like something's wrong, something's missing. Like, I think most of them actually do work, mostly, but...
Yeah. They should all work. I don't know if this book off will sell something that they know doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not a hard off, so there's no junk section, so I mean...
Yeah.
But...
So you can get a lot of these PS3s for like $40. You could probably find a PS3.
Yeah,
This
speaking
Wii is what?
880 yen. So
Like $8.
Yeah. Sweet. I think it says 300 yen off. I don't remember if that's 300 yen off, 880 yen, or if it already has 300 yen taken off. So it may actually be like $5.
Yeah.
But it has a regular old crappy, like, starter Wii remote stick thing, so...
Not the Wii Motion Plus, which is the expensive part of a Wii.
Yeah. So, I mean, even then, it's a good deal. Ooh, look at that. I don't know what that game is, but,
You saw
that anime
boobs and you picked it up.
that anime girl looks pretty great. Yeah.
Gross.
Yep. Dude, this is a Secret of Mana series, right? Isn't it? Yeah.
They have the... Are there only 3 of them ever? There's the Game Boy version,
I
Super
think so.
Famicom. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar enough to say exactly which systems they were all released on, other than the Game Boy one.
It has the first 3, though, either way. It may be all of them. Who knows? Oh, yeah, this game... I want this game real bad.
Yeah, I always look at it. When it drops below like 2,000, I think I'll pick up a physical copy.
Yep. Pretty sweet. I'll get one when I get a Switch eventually.
It lets you can basically press a button and switch between the original Master System graphics and the like modernized, updated version.
It's like the same appeal as Dragon Quest XI. Yeah, horse race betting games. It's our favorite.
Every system, every generation, they got them.
But I mean, I kind of get it now because it's so realistic, but like back in the day, man, it was literally just like, here's some numbers and like little pixelated horses moving their feet. Bet on that, idiot. But now it's actually like, you know, watching a real race. So I don't know. I don't get it, but it's cool. 3DS. Lots of 3DS.
Do you currently have a 3DS?
I do. I've been playing Dragon Quest XI and it's incredible.
I need one. I've never had one.
It's absolutely worth it, man. The thing about it is, 3DSs, they sell them with the power cord separately, even brand new. So you gotta buy a power cord, which is annoying, but it's worth it, man. There's so many good 3DS games, and you can play DS games too, so.
Oh, that's why it was the original. The Wii we saw was minus 300 because it didn't have that sensor bar.
Oh.
But they have them over here for under 300 yen.
So yeah.
No worries.
Woo! Shenmue 1 and 2 just beat that at the beginning of this year, as this video was released in 2019, by the way. And yeah, this game is sweet, and the third's coming out in August, and I cannot wait.
That's gonna be huge. I've been talking about that forever.
For over a decade. I love Shenmue though. It's so good. See a little bit of that disaster survival game down there for just a second there. That game I want for PS4, but don't have it yet.
Check this out.
Woo! Play that game. Yes! So cheap, even though literally there's no game to play anymore, basically.
It's multiplayer only, right? And I don't know if the servers are even still active.
Yeah, just Darius Burst. It's totally sweet. It's a good shoot 'em up. I played this at an arcade in Aichi not too long ago, and it was real cool.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, but it's still so expensive. If I'm gonna play this, I would just buy like shoot 'em ups for older systems, because they're just as fun, in my opinion. Oh, Titanfall 2, Kyle.
It's a game I always check out. I ended up buying it at the Mulan in Shinjuku. I went back.
Oh, you finally did go do that?
Because it was like 1,400 there.
Yeah.
And I'm always looking at it, so I just finally was like, you know what, I'll just buy it at that price. That's good enough.
It's funny because literally every single store we go to, you're like, man, Titanfall 2, Mulan, 1,400 yen, ugh. So it's good you took care of that.
Yeah.
DS games, ooh.
So many of them.
So many of them.
People politely trying to get out of our shot.
Yeah, I felt really bad because I think they thought we were like trying to take a picture. We're like, no, we're just shooting a video, you can walk by, but I didn't want to like, you know, it's not worth talking to them about that, but oop.
We got it figured out.
Shiden. It's the first one on DS. I actually bought this at Beep, I think a few days before we shot this video, but it's another one of the roguelikes. It's real sweet. It's the original one remade for DS. And yep, pretty good roguelike. What do we got now? Oh yeah, this gigantic box with Bravos all over it. 2,700 yen. Woo! Yeah! I don't know. We don't know what this game is. We just saw it had a gigantic box. You said it's been there forever, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is a DS game. What's even in there?
I don't know, man. Cool stuff? Probably.
Art books and stuff? Maybe figures?
Yeah. This is the cool section.
Those are all brain training games, right?
God, yeah. So many. Look at this. Like,
Oh, Snoopy DS.
Ooh. It's, I would say that the Machida Book Off has a pretty good intelligence factor on the pleasure index, by the way. Tetris DS, such a good version of Tetris.
And cheap, too.
Yeah. What is this?
Here's a puzzle game that you play with the DS going vertically.
Holy crap. That's incredible. There's Exit again. Good platformer puzzle. We looked at that in the Book Off in Shinjuku, I think, one of them.
It's a pretty common one to come across. I bet someday I'll find it for like 500 yen.
Yep. There's the Puyo Puyo 15th anniversary on DS. That game is pretty good too. Lots of puzzle games on DS. It's a great system for that. Didn't you buy this, Kyle?
I did.
How
This
is
is
it?
a puzzle game made by the guy who I think is now the lead designer for Super Smash Brothers.
Damn. Oh, Sakurai?
What's his name? Yeah.
Yeah. Have you played it yet?
Just a little bit. I don't really know how to play it yet. So
Sweet.
I'll get back to you on that.
Nice.
I'm not good at it.
Game Center CX is a sweet show where they, we've talked about it before, where they make that comedian beat terrible games, and he gets like exhausted to the point of like almost getting a cold. Pretty
so what's
great.
the game version of that? Like you
I
just play
think
a
it's
bunch
just-
of.
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of mini games based on old games. This is sweet. Game Boy Advance Gacha. We decided to go for it. Stick in 300 yen, get a game. There's some money. I stole Kyle's money to do this. Pretty cool.
But I kept the game.
It's true.
That I'll never
find-
play.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we
Minor
There was-
spoilers.
there were some pretty good games in there, of course, on purpose. But the one that came out was like Prince of Tennis or something, I think.
Genius Boys Academy.
Ooh, that's
Is that a
great.
tennis game? I haven't played it.
It says tennis right there in katakana. You idiot! Learn
Wow.
Japanese.
Dude,
Yeah, but
are you a genius?
yeah, I'm a genius boy. I don't know. It's a tennis game, man. I love tennis games. You should give it a shot. Yes, tennis.
You know
What do we
what?
got?
Maybe I will.
Oh, what is this?
More Zack games.
Very cool.
You don't even know what it is. You just saw boobs. and
Actually,
picked it
no,
up.
it's definitely Omega Labyrinth, which is
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the roguelike where the further you go in the dungeon, the bigger your boobs get. It's ridiculous. But look at that. It's called Omega Labyrinth, and the Omega is shaped like some boobs. Oh, man. All right. GameCube? I just got a GameCube. So I'm really interested and excited about this now. I don't know what
Lots
this
of
is.
games to choose from.
Some
And
game.
cheap.
Yeah, man. GameCube. Lots of cheap stuff. I don't know what this is. It's a game. Video games. Very cool. Thank you.
Excellent commentary as usual.
Oh, yes. It's that giant, what's it called? Dojin? Chonjin no Doshin. That. It was released on the 64 disc drive first, and then it was released on GameCube. I want to try it. You're like a god, and you can either be a benevolent god or, run your island with fear, and the villagers will either worship you or fear you, or both. So,
Looks sweet.
yeah. There's some Wind Waker. Okay.
Man, I need a GameCube or a Wii so I can play GameCube games.
Sonic Adventure DX, 1,400 yen, 1,500 yen. That ain't bad. Got ourselves some Pikmin, 880 yen. Very cool.
Really want to replay Pikmin.
I wasn't actually that big on Pikmin. I wish I was.
like it.
Would be, yeah. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, 1,800 yen. It's a really, really pretty version of that game, but the first-person view and stuff totally breaks it. It's actually better on PlayStation.
Well, there you go.
There you go. PlayStation 3. Generally, we don't look at PS3 a bunch, but we did find some stuff today, like Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, our favorite game. Oh, very cool. Role-playing, what do we got? Some role-playing games there. Oh? Yeah. What, Neptunia, or whatever it's called, where it's the console wars, only it's RPGified, and the consoles are all anime girls. Pretty bizarre, but it's fun. I liked it. I played it for a bit in the US. It was decent. Dark Souls for 880 yen.
Solid.
Yeah, man. I don't know how much it is in the US now, but I mean, it's cheap in Japan. Special edition, 1,800 yen of Dark Souls 2. Cool.
But I recently bought Dark Souls Remastered for the Switch.
Yeah.
And the Japanese version doesn't support English. And
Oh,
a lot of
no.
the lore is told through like item descriptions and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
probably not the best way to experience those games if you're not a high level Japanese reader. at
Man,
least.
whatever. Knowing stories is dumb. Klonoa.
That's my favorite part.
Klonoa, man. It's a good platformer. I don't know how good the one on PS2 is. Part of me thinks that the PS2 one was only okay. The original PlayStation one was incredible, though. Oh, Shadow Hearts? I've been wanting this for a while. Why did I not buy this day? Oh, because I was broke. That's right. No money. Ha ha ha.
And we still had more places to go in the day, so you were probably
Yeah.
pacing yourself.
But, man, I've been looking for Shadow Hearts. It's supposed to be pretty decent, and that's a good price. I'm praying for a cheap price on this, because it's one of the ones we needed for the roguelike video, and cheap. 500
Nice.
yen. Hell yeah. I've
That's
totally
super
bought
cheap.
this. Yeah, totally bought this. It's a cool... It was originally a first-person, like Kingsfield-style roguelike on Saturn and PlayStation, and they remade it on PS2 as a third-person action game. You can still play it in first person, though. It's mine. I'm getting it. What else do we got?
So many PS2 games.
Yep, but that's cool. PS2 is a cool system. Lots of good games. Oh? Dragon Force. This is a re-release of a Sega Saturn game. I want to say, yeah, the Saturn one was released actually in North America as well. And it's really expensive, but it's only like 500 yen on Saturn if you find it here. So hooray RPGs. This is another roguelike. Yangus from Dragon Quest VIII. It's a story of his when he was a little kid. Haven't really like researched it too in depth or played it yet. Yeah, but it looks cool. Yangus, cool. I want to say there's one more game we grab here. Yeah. And this is another roguelike. It's the third Torneko game.
We talked about it in a few videos, the Super Famicom version at least.
Yeah, and I've actually played it now, and it's really, really good. You should play it, Kyle. It's totally like easy to understand Japanese and quality roguelike. There's some screenshots.
I'm waiting for the Super Famicom version. I want to find one in box like what you have for a good price, because that box art is real sweet.
Yeah, it is. That Akira Toriyama stuff, man. PSP. Yep.
Lots of it.
Lots of it. This is cool. It says, they have a little sign that says, just a heads up, folks, you can play PlayStation 1 games on all versions of PS3. So please buy our PS1 games, please. Which I think it's cool, because a lot of people don't know that. Actually, it's if you got a PS3, you can play PS1 games. Most of them.
I thought every generation of PlayStation can play PS1 games.
Yeah, it can.
PS4 can too, right?
I don't think PS4 can, no. So too bad. This is a wizardry game. It looks really cool, but I've heard that like wizardry is brutal, broken hard. Like it's that old school, hardcore, grindfest, like PC RPG thing. Gradius Gaiden, very cool. Expensive, but I mean Gradius is fun and good. Shoot 'em ups, oh boy. Oh, yeah,
Derby Stallion.
Get yourself some horse race betting games.
So now we have intelligence and we have horse intelligence.
Machida wins it all.
We're gonna have to factor this into our pleasure index.
Twinbee RPG. Twinbee is a really great shoot 'em up series. This is an RPG, kind of like aimed at kids apparently, so it's really easy. But apparently it's decent. So I've heard. I haven't played it yet, but looks cool.
If you're into JRPGs,
I am. Shut up. Ooh, Darius Gaiden.
Ooh.
Yeah, for
that's
a lot of
mega
money.
Expansive.
It's only like 1,500 yen on Saturn. So if you have a Saturn, definitely get this game on that and not PlayStation, because Saturn.
I do. Dude,
Saturn,
should I buy that game?
It's good. Saturn does 2D better than PS1 also. So I mean, I recommend it. What do we got? We got one bunch of PlayStation games, and they're really good looking at the PS1 games. This is that Mega Man Legends style. I don't remember what it's called in the US. Tron, right? I think. It's a Mega Man Legends style
Look at those
game.
little guys.
Yeah, it's cool, man. These games are actually really good. It's also not cheap here, but even more expensive outside of Japan. So hooray! Oh, I think you got this, didn't you?
Jammer Lemmy.
It's good. Have you played it?
Yeah, I have.
It's
I'm on
fun,
like the
man.
4th stage or something. It's pretty challenging. Takes some getting used to.
It's tough.
You really have to know that controller.
It's true. Here's some PC Engine CD games. That's pretty cool. Sega Saturn. They got an okay amount of Saturn games for a book off.
I came back to this book off just yesterday, and their Sega Saturn section, they had lots of good stuff that they didn't have last time we were there.
Oh man, I wish that was. Oh, ladies.
Hey, 90s racing ladies.
Yeah, actually a lot of racing games that had like, because race queens are a big thing in Japan, like ladies who like at car shows stand there and look nice. There's dudes who go to car shows just to take pictures of the like models there, and so it's pretty common in race games, at least older race games, to have them featured. Damn it, what's this called in English?
Hercules.
It's Pit from Super Smash Brothers. Damn it, I'm bad at this. Icarus, that's it. Kid Icarus. It's the re-release version on Game Boy Advance. Ooh, Tetris Worlds.
I want it.
Tetris is expensive.
Pricey, yeah.
Yeah, like Tetris on the whole is expensive, I feel like.
Other than DS, it's always like 400 yen.
Yeah. Some loose Game Boy Advance stuff. Interesting, they put them in CD cases. Famicom. I'm waiting to find a Famicom with a Model 2 with the dog bone controllers for like 5,000 yen. Then I'll jump on it.
I bet you can find it on Mercari. How do you say that in English?
Mercari, I guess. I don't know, man.
Mercari.
Mercury. It's
Mercury.
Called
It's a Japanese app for buying things.
The planet in the solar system, Mercury, for Japanese phones. Yeah.
Lots of box Super Famicom games. Zach's favorite.
I know, it's so good. Have you played it yet? I know you got this.
A little bit. I played it with my wife, but it was too hard for her. I was hoping she would like it, but she was
It's actually a pretty challenging platformer. It's good. Like, the controls are weird because you have to pick stuff up and throw it and stuff. I love it, but...
It's a little odd.
Yeah. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. 880 yen in the box. Nice. You didn't get this though, did you?
No, it's been there for a long time. I saw it yesterday too. I think that's part of why I never jump on it, because I'm like, maybe another time.
And then one day it'll be gone and you'll cry a bunch.
I already have it, just like the cart only, so I don't really
Star Fox.
need it. And it has its original sticker from back in the day when it was like $90.
Yeah, God, cartridges were so expensive. Like, it's so funny that Nintendo stuck with cartridges for N64 because CDs were so much cheaper to make. I mean, I think that's part of why N64. I mean, it was moderately successful, but it wasn't anywhere near as successful as PlayStation, just because.
And it had the Nintendo kanji there.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I know you made a point to take a picture of that, but
no worries.
Yoshi's Island.
You mean Yasi Island?
Yatsuroni Islando. We both bought this day.
We did.
Yeah, there it is. Oh,
they had like 3 copies.
There it is.
That's that kanji again.
Yeah, that's Nintendo and kanji. I think the kanji for Nintendo are sweet looking. Like, I love their old logo. But yeah, Yoshi's Island, we both bought it in the box at the Machida Book Off on this day. Want this real bad? Gonna wait until I can find the copy that has this and Super Mario All-Stars all in one cart box for a reasonable price, though. I'm officially not buying cart-only Super Famicom games, though. I've stopped not doing it, only boxed. There's another copy of Yoshi's Island.
I buy games that I just want to play cart-only, and then the ones I really love, I'll probably end up owning both.
Yeah. Mother 2. Not bad.
It's a good price for it, but it's missing the booklet inside.
Yeah. The problem is, it doesn't matter why I buy a game. If I buy cartridge only and happen to find it later on with the box and instructions, I just end up buying it with box and instructions anyway.
Yeah, then you can leave it in the box. You don't have to deal with the old nasty cardboard every time you want to play it.
Nah, I'd rather not have spent the extra money on a cartridge. This game is about Kyle.
Bastard. Oh, jeez. Ow.
Just kidding. You're totally a normal guy born to normal parents. That was Shin Megami Tensei.
Yep.
Yes! Yes!
Our horse racing simulator.
Very excited! I'm so excited! Yes!
Is that slot on the top for the Satellaview?
Or for a Game Boy game? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
There's the collection, but no Super Mario World, so I didn't get it.
So there is a collection with Super Mario World and the All-Stars collection?
Mm-hmm. It does exist. It did in the US. I think it's in Japan, too, I believe.
Well, that's the way to go, then.
That's the way the wind blows. F-Zero. It's so good, but it's only single player, if I remember right.
But look at the art. I would buy it just for that.
I know, man. And the instruction booklet has to be, like, worth it in and of itself.
I wish there was an old F-Zero anime from the 80s that looked like this. It'd be so cool.
It would be incredible. It would be almost better than the game. Probably better than the game. Checking out some Super Famicom cartridges. Yoshi's Island.
I actually went back and bought that Rockman X that you just
Yeah,
read.
I saw you finally got it. You keep talking about that game, so it's cool you grabbed it. If I remember right, we didn't find anything particularly interesting in the card-only stuff this day, but still digging through it.
Yeah, there's always like Final Fantasy 5 and 6 you can find all over the place for cheap. Even Chrono Trigger. Like Chrono Trigger is expensive in the US, but cart only you can find it dirt cheap in Japan.
Hell yeah.
Even with
RPGs?
box, you can find it at a pretty good price.
RPGs in the whole year are cheap. We said that a lot, I know, but I mean, like, it really is surprisingly true. The only ones that are expensive are like the obscure wizardry games and like certain Shin Megami Tensei. Oh? Ooh, that is
nice.
expensive. Oh god.
Rockman World for the Famicom. I think it's the third one.
Way to go, idiot. Rockman World. What's that crap? What a lie.
That's what they call it on Game Boy. They call
Yeah.
it Rockman World.
I know. Ah, Gradius. Ooh.
Nice.
For that price, I would actually probably pick that up just
That's
for the
solid.
art. That art is sweet.
If I had a Famicom.
Yeah. Maybe eventually. Ooh. I did not buy this day because I got it for less at my local book off, I believe. Like 300 yen or something. Or my local hard off for like 300
You know
yen.
what, Zach?
What?
Good for you.
Thank you.
You done good.
I know. I'm proud of myself. But not of you. You suck. Ah. Famicom Wars, only it's Game Boy Wars. These games are so good, but like tactical strategy games in Japanese, I know. Like,
Yeah.
If you could do it, it would be something you should have picked up, but maybe someday. Ooh,
Mighty Final Fight.
so good.
The first Final Fight for Super Famicom is not multiplayer, but this Famicom version is.
Yeah, you find that later on, and you bought it, and then we went back and we're like, yeah, end of the day, we're tired, let's play some games, and then it was single player. Kyle doing his Game Boy thing. This is the first time Kyle has been in a video not holding the camera, I think.
I think so, yeah, that's me.
Everybody tweet about this, post about it on Facebook. It's a monumental event. Kyle's face in a video.
Look at those
Jesus.
chubby fingers and those meaty red man hands.
Look at those hot dog fingers. Baby. No exciting Game Boy stuff, except for this, Dragon Quest Monsters. If I didn't have the PlayStation re-release that was a collection of Dragon Quest Monsters 1 and 2, I would absolutely have bought this.
It's kind of like Dragon Quest Pokemon.
It is just literally like, oh, Pokemon popular, yep, Dragon Quest, do it. Guides.
Look at all these game books.
Old game books are really sweet here because they have like so much awesome art, but it's actually pretty hard to find them. Like Book Off, it's mostly recent guides. Oh, look at Dark Souls. This thing was
huge Dark Souls 2 collection.
It's so heavy too. $25. It's got the game, some art,
some figures,
special jacket that you can change out, a miniature figurine or something. I don't know, a bunch of stuff basically, and it's not a bad price. But
if you really love Dark Souls
and want to take up room in your tiny, tiny Japanese abode, worth it.
Oh, here's an interesting note about this book off. They have a ton of English language books. This whole section is English books.
Which is cool. Like,
so I always check. They have a comics section. I always check the comics. I've picked up quite a few nice comics here for like 100 yen.
Dude,
I got Watchmen. I got Why the Last Man.
You could read Rose and Maiden about that kid who his hobby is trying to buy Mars Attacks. Sweet.
Look how cool that is.
His hobby is entering into lotteries for getting free like rice makers and stupid nonsense he doesn't need just because he's so bored. And then he finds a magical doll or some, I don't know, it was really dumb. I actually hated it.
I watched part of the anime back in the day, but don't remember anything about it.
It was not good. These are the really, really rare video games. They're just like, it's a random handicap on a random like thing, and it's just like 7 games for some reason. But there's a lot of good stuff here, like quality stuff. Sweet Home. I can't remember who, we should have looked it up beforehand, but yeah, this is like based on a movie or something, right? And it's a horror game for Famicom.
Horror game.
Yeah, which is, I mean, there's not many of those, damn. And then this I'd never even heard of until we saw this day. It's a jet ski racing game for like $55. Definitely want that.
Or you can buy a Wave Racer for 100 yen in box and have a great time.
Yeah. Kyle did not buy this day, but he went back and bought it another day. This is a really sweet manga where it's just like real goofy pictures of a fat old cat just hanging around with an old guy and other cats. Look at that little man. What a wonderful friend. I'm petting his tum-tum. Love me some cats.
Yeah, so basically I just went back and got the things that I was considering getting the last time.
Yeah, going downstairs. Look at the
All
records.
these records.
There's so many of them, it's pretty crazy. Record player for 4,000 yen, very cool.
They actually have really good stuff here too. Like if you're into the whole like 80s J-pop, city pop scene, you can find lots of that stuff here.
I wish they had cassettes.
Western stuff too.
I really wish they had cassettes. I would buy so many cassettes.
Look at that YMO album.
Oh.
For pretty cheap.
You're pretty cheap.
Yellow Magic Orchestra.
Yeah, man, they're incredible.
Love that band.
Oh, I see some photo books of some idols.
I think Zach's over in the lady books at this point. He's like, you look at the records. I'm going to go check out this stuff.
It's funny because I was like, we're going to go to the bottom floor. It's like, cool, I'll hang around with you, and then we can look at the lady books together. And it took about...
Look at this mixer.
Ooh, nice.
I have no need for like 16 channels, but just the freedom. The freedom of not having to worry and just being able to add as much like stupid, goofy like sources and soundboards and effects and stuff as I want.
Yeah. It had some issues with it apparently though.
Yeah.
Wake arishin means something is up with this. But what I was saying a second ago was it took all of 7 seconds for me to ditch Kyle and go run off to the ladybooks section, basically. So
well, I look at these Polaroid cameras.
Pretty cool stuff though. I mean, like, stuff. It's funny because like Checkies are such a thing now. I think even outside Japan, this vocal drum thing is cool, but old Polaroid cameras are making a comeback too because of it. I want one of these things real bad. They're basically like handheld drum machines, little tiny dealies.
They're very pretty tempting. Trendy in the US as well, I think.
Yep. They're nifty.
There's a legendary microphone for snares, for drumming snare drums.
Look at
when I was in school, that's what they used in our studio.
Oh, wow.
Another mixer.
Cool. Another mixer. Yeah, this book off has a really good selection of audio equipment, I feel like.
That's like a serious Mackie mixer.
Gotta buy it, Kyle. CDs?
Game music?
Game music?
Yeah, game soundtracks.
Yeah. They got a really good selection of that too for all you game soundtrack fanatics.
If you're into paying more for the soundtrack than the game.
I mean,
it makes sense.
It's cool. I don't really understand like it because I'm not that into game soundtracks myself, but there's people who are really serious into this stuff, so that's cool. What are you looking for?
I think I'm just showing that it's sorted by like game series and game type.
Yeah, as opposed to like composer or something.
What'd you find?
Chip Tanaka, he made the soundtracks for a bunch of old, really cool, like even Nintendo and those kind of games, and he still makes chiptune stuff. I really want the CD, but it's on Spotify, so it's kind of like, I could pay 1,500 yen for the CD, or I could just, listen to it on Spotify for the $10 a month I pay. Yes. But, I don't know. I need to start
the progressive rock section.
Kyle loves this crap.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Progressive rock is actually pretty cool.
They have a bunch of CDs that I had only ever experienced like digital versions of. Never even saw them like in physical copies, so I always like to just look at this section.
Very cool. Ooh. I mean, like, speaking of music, what is this?
Procol Harum.
Ooh.
Their song "A Whiter Shade of Pale" is like one of the most pretty songs ever, I think.
Ooh.
You would know it if you heard it.
Yeah, probably. This I just think it's cool because there's a guy named Kago Shintaro who is like an eroguro artist, so he does like erotic, grotesque, like violent art, which is crazy stuff, but his art style is sweet, and this is a Flying Lotus album that has his art for the cover, so nifty. I need to start actually buying CDs because it's like, especially getting into like game preservation, companies have no interest in actually preserving their like IPs or like intellectual property stuff, and need to start actually getting physical copies and keeping stuff of my own accord as opposed to relying on...
CDs are great because you don't have to rely on a service to have it for you. Nobody can take it away from you. They are not going to start like injecting it with ads or monthly payments. You have the physical copy of the thing that you like forever.
Thanks for saying what I was trying to say way better than I was doing a good job.
And CDs don't degrade. Like tapes and records are cool, but if you listen to it a lot, it will degrade. CDs, as long as you take care of them, they'll last.
Unless there's disc rot, that actually will ruin CDs. Ooh, Kyle's having a drink, but I'm having a coffee because I was really hungover this day. Oh,
What a responsible young man.
I'm a responsible boy. I can't. Oh, okay. So this is real cool. This game, you see this UFO in yellow and red up there? It says game. It's a sweet old arcade that Kyle took me to.
Yep. I wish we went at night because those neon lights look really cool at night. And it was like popping this day.
Yeah, I mean, there were like
tons of people.
Tons of kids hanging out doing their arcade thing. Except the machines you were here to see were out of service, right? Yeah, that sucks. But
yeah, they used to have the 2001 old retro game cabinets that you could play for 50 yen.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing here. I don't really know anything about these modern Game Center games.
Mm-hmm. They did have a machine that had a bunch of stuff on it. This one's on the left or somewhere. I don't know. These are fighting games, but the issue is that it was 100 yen or something like that to play. It was more expensive, and we're broke boys, so we don't want to spend 100 yen on arcades. That's dumb. I'm just kidding, actually.
It was also really humid and smoky in here, so.
I don't mind smoke. I mean, doesn't bother me at all, but it is true. It was way too hot in there. Those machines are cool. You sit inside it, and it's all simulation-y.
I think you drive a mech of some kind. I tried one of them before, and it's cool, but it's more about the experience than the gameplay.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
I love how just totally jank their electronic setup is.
Well, I like this place. It feels like a place where the kids from Akira would hang out. The motorcycle gang. It's just grimy and there's
from
smoke.
Akira, the 80s anime. These are the machines you were talking about, right? That actually have cool games in them.
Obviously decommissioned.
I was really tempted to play this machine because Under Defeat is a really, really great shoot 'em up, where you can actually change the angle of your trajectory when you're firing by holding down the fire button. And if you move left, it'll change the angle of your shot to be diagonal towards the left or right, and you hold down the button to keep that. So it has a lot of strategy in it. Real cool. This is the machine that had a bunch of games in it, but it was 200 yen.
And that's the end of Machida.
Yeah.
Went to the Machida Book Off. Maybe the best book off in Tokyo.
It's pretty incredible.
It's bigger than the Akihabara Book Off, and the prices are way cheaper.
Mm-hmm. And it has a better selection, I think, too. So I only got one of the Yoshi's Island copies, and that Baroque there on the upper right. That's a roguelike PS2 remake dealie. Kyle, what did you get?
And the rest is mine. The other copy of Yoshi's Island.
Oh.
Jammer Lammy.
Yeah.
And Metios. Cool puzzle game, I think by Sakurai, the guy who now does Super Smash Brothers.
Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, Machida Book Off. We don't buy a whole lot, but it's always I spent not even 1,500 yen and got sweet games, and you spent about the same, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, about 1,500 yen.
Yeah. What a deal. Thanks, Machida, for being real cool.
So if you're in Tokyo, as far as really good book offs or hard offs where you can find deals, the Machida Book Off is one of your safer bets. It's only if you take the Rapid Express, it's about 30 minutes from Shinjuku.
Yeah,
and the area is cool too. You can eat some taiyaki. You can go to that little, what do you call it, Shotengai?
Yeah, Shotengai.
Shopping bar, hangout area.
You can go check out that arcade. You can eat some ramen. There's a lot of good ramen places.
Tons of ramen.
Lots of good places to drink too if you're into stopping and having some tasty drink and food. It's worth a trip. I think it's a day trip, honestly, to Machida. If you're check out the Book Off, have some food, check out the Shotengai, have some drinks. It's a sweet area. I love Machida.
And there's a really great hard off right next to it, which right next to Machida, that is, just a couple stops on the Yokohama line, which we'll cover in the next episode.
Pretty pumped for that one. It was probably, it was absolutely the best whatever off we've been to, I think. I mean, even the Machida Book Off's cool, but I think this hard off was even cooler. So look forward to that, folks.
Yep, it's going to be a really fun episode, so tune back in next week.
Subscribe and like and hit that bell, slam the bell to
make fun of my sausage fingers in the comments.
Absolutely. Kyle's got sausage fingers, and that's going to be a requirement. If you comment, first thing you have to talk about is Kyle's great hot dog fingerinos.
Please do.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, folks.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so first, we got
Machida.
Machida. So Machida City? Where's the station?
Machida's pretty big.
Yeah. Where? Machida. Machida. Machida.
My mama lives in Machida.
Does she really? Her mama lives in Machida.
Yuki's mama lives in Machida.
Yuki's mama lives in Machida. She lives in Machida. Oh, Yokohama-sen? Oh, Machida!
It's
Which
really
way?
far from where the
What the hell?
center is on the map.
Okay, so where, how? Where's the book off? Which direction?
It's, I think, like down here.
Cool. Good enough. Ugh. All right.
Book off.
Book off. Like,
Bam.
bam.